There's a reason that Connor Bedard is the most searched, most watched, and most talked about NHL prospect. He is really good at hockey. And the crazy part is, as good as he seems to get better every time you watch him. It's like each game builds on the last one. He sees what works and what doesn't, how other players adapt and adjust, and he makes these subconscious notes with every shift to add to his bank of experiences to innately pull from the next time he's in that situation. But it's that elite level of hockey sense that accentuates his other assets that are also pretty exceptional and has made him a point-producing, goal-per-game player worthy of such attention. The first time I saw Bedard play was at the 2021 U18 World Championship.
And finally, Rush is able to get it out to the center line, but no further. Right back in is Canada. Bedard, the backhander, he scores! Holy smokes!
The then 15-year-old put up 7 goals and 7 assists in 7 games to tie Shane Wright as Canada's points leader on their way to a gold medal. It was more than evident that he was a special player, but what really sets him apart is his drive and his straight-up desire to be the best. And we've seen that exemplified in every game since then, because as phenomenal as he was, notching 14 points in that tournament 2 years ago, it was fellow underager and 2023 draft eligible Matvei Michkov that earned 16 points and took home MVP honors and stoked that fire in Bedard's belly. Now, it is no secret that he is driven by success, but he favors team success over personal success, and he just wants to be his best so that he can contribute to the team. But ever since that tournament in Texas, it felt like he saw the competition in Michkov, not only for the potential #1 spot in this year's draft, but also as a future NHL opponent, and knew he had it within him to be even better, and said, challenge accepted. That said, the Vancouver native is as humble as they come and deflects most praise to his teammates, rarely wanting to talk about himself. After an incredible performance at the World Junior Championship this year, in which he notched 23 points in 7 games, yes, that is more than 3 points per game, and the next closest player, Logan Cooley from Team USA, only had 14, and in the process became Canada's all-time goals and points leader at the World Junior Championship by scoring ridiculously skilled and ridiculously clutch goals like this one in overtime of their quarterfinal matchup against Slovakia.
Grant Clark, tied up, drops it back, here comes Bedard, Bedard shoots, guy in the save, and Bedard holds the line. Bedard back with it, slides in again, Bedard clocks right in, overtime winner, sends Canada to the semis.
This kid is out of this world. Check it out. There's one. There's 2. And one more. He dances the entire team in overtime. It must be his 5th shot. After so many chances, he gets it back, and he wants to try guys one-on-one. You should not be able to do this against this level of competition. Connor Bedard.
On the night he overtakes Jordan Eberle for the most goals for Canada World Junior, he does what Eberle did. He scores big goals.
That is a goal for the ages. We will see this one for years. Come on. Come on. It had to be him.
It's his
All
tournament.
those looks. It's his tournament. It's his world. We're just living in it.
And what's really wild isn't the fact that he's capable of scoring goals like this at 17, or that he scored 23 points in 7 games, which is technically 6 games because he didn't get any points in the gold medal game, but that he is age eligible for another 2 World Junior Championships. This dude is unreal. But back to the point I wanted to make. Bedard didn't earn a point in their 3-2 overtime win against Czechia to win gold, but was the obvious choice for tournament MVP. And the throng of media in attendance kept asking him about his game and to basically talk about himself and how good he was. And he was having none of it. He shut it down, explaining that he wasn't the only guy to win a gold medal that night, and that he certainly didn't do it by himself. There were 19 other guys on the ice, and they all played an important role in winning the gold medal, especially Dylan Guenther with the game winner. Yup, that is a guy I want on my team and in my locker room. So So now that we've checked off his compete and his character, let's analyze his more tangible attributes. His hockey IQ is his best asset, but it's not only his ability to see the play unfold before him, think 2 steps ahead and know what his options are in terms of what he's capable of, or even his teammates, but also knowing what the opposition can't do. While Bedard is definitely a student of the game, I am not implying that he has the wherewithal to know exactly who he's going up against in that moment and has some kind of dossier memorized about their particular skills or tendencies. But I am saying that his toolbox includes a massive amount of deception and manipulation that accentuates his other assets and allows him to make moves that mentally and physically tie up the opposition and give him just that little bit of extra time and space to really be able to take advantage of his world-class offensive skills, which means not only is he processing his offensive options at a high speed, but he's also processing various ways to figuratively break ankles and entice defenders to make bad decisions, giving him the opportunity to generate a prime scoring chance, either for himself or his teammates. Let's break this last one down. Here we have Connor Bedard in the corner with nearly half the offensive zone to himself, as every single Saskatoon player is watching this guy with the puck. And while there are 5 guys on the ice for Saskatoon, this one literally just stepped out of the box, and the other 4 guys are already 30 seconds into a shift entirely in the defensive zone in which the Pats had them running in circles. I also want to point out that there are now 3 defensemen on the ice for the Blades, and just so you know what's about to go down, Bedard is going to wheel up to the top of the circle. This guy behind the net is going to slip into the soon-to-be vacant spot at the low circle. This guy is going to the top of the crease to screen the goalie, and this guy is sending the puck up to the guy on the blue line, who will immediately fire it off to Bedard at the top of the circle. Now that you're up to speed, here we go. Stopping it here to show you how much space is between Bedard and the opposition. He could easily backhand that to his teammate in the corner, but he doesn't because the scoring chance could be better. Look at how he pulled those 2 guys into him and how much time and space his teammate in the corner now has. What a huge screen his teammate at the top of the crease is being for the goalie, and that even up until this point, he's giving all indications that he's shooting this puck. Look at where his eyes are looking, where his feet are pointed. And that's even the same way that he pulls back for a shot, because he has a crazy flexible stick and uses it like a whip or a slingshot. But then the very next moment, boom, he stops short and changes course for an immediate pass. But now those 2 Blades defending him are dead in the water, and the other 3 also aren't in a position to defend anything. I mean, there's like 6 feet between one of the 3 Saskatoon defensemen on the ice and Bedard's teammate, who was allowed to just walk right into the top of the paint, completely uncontested, and set up shop. Not to mention that the goalie is respecting Bedard's shot, as he should, and is so far away from the post, there's a big gaping hole for his teammate in the corner to aim for with the one-timer that's about to be unleashed. Let's take a look at that one more time to see just how fast this all happens in real time.
Pats control in the Blade zone. Bedard, right circle, down low, one-timer, scores!
It is impossible to overstate just how exceptional his hockey sense is. We've all heard the saying that someone's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Well, Connor Bedard is playing multiple games of chess at once and is about to call checkmate on all of them. And it comes so natural to him, it's like he isn't even trying. It's actually mind-boggling when you take a closer look at everything he's doing to manipulate the opposition. Let's dig into some of his physical skills. Anything with the puck gets an A+ from me. Bedard plays with the puck on a string and is just as good of a passer and playmaker as he is a goal scorer. He's got a ridiculous shot and can release it effectively in a variety of ways, as you've seen in these highlights I've shown you. But what I love most about his game is that his obscene talent doesn't keep him from driving through the middle of the ice or setting up shop down low. I haven't actually tracked this, but I am willing to bet about half of his goals come from below the dots and between the hash marks. He's not just offensive rushes and flashy dekes. He's got some greasy goals in him too. He's not the biggest guy at 5'10", but he's already got 185 pounds on him and legitimately has tree trunks for legs, making him super strong on his skates. He won't be on the hunt to play an overly physical game, but he can take whatever shows up on his doorstep, and he won't shy away from any one-on-one battles. That said, he works smarter and not harder. It is not in his wheelhouse to be stationary and attempt to grind anything out. His legs are always moving, and it's more likely that he'll just slip away and get open for a one-timer, or something like that. That covers his sense, his skills, his size, and his strength. That just leaves his skating, which might be the weakest of his assets. But even in saying that, it's still way above average, both with straightaway speed and agility. His mechanics are great, and he skates low to the ice, much like Sidney Crosby, making him explosive and agile. It takes him just a few strides to blow through the neutral zone, and he is so good at zigging and zagging or changing speeds as a way to get around a defender. He'll drive one way, get the defender to commit, and then whoop, he changes direction, and the defender can't recover. And when you pair that kind of deception with that kind of speed and agility, his exceptional vision, awareness, anticipation, and his puck skills, not to mention his tenacity and leadership, it is no wonder Connor Bedard has achieved so much this early in his career. Literally, between the WHL, CHL, and IIHF, he has won every single award available to him this year, including the IIHF's inaugural Male Player of the Year, and why he has the overwhelming potential to accomplish so much more. Selfishly, the only other thing I wanted to see from him this year is playing at the Men's World Championship. I would have loved the opportunity to see him compete with and against men at this point in his career, but there is plenty of time for that, and fortunately, we won't have to wait much longer. He's as NHL ready as they come. I'd love to hear in the comments what you think Connor Bedard's most valuable asset is, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. I'm Julie Robenheimer. Thanks so much for watching.
Bedard pokes it to center, trying to split the defense. He does. He's all alone. Bedard scores!